I ran up a check, I might do it again. Enemies close, have me thinking they're friends. 10 toes down, I'll be free until the end.
Right guys, the Jack Grealish Sidewinder.
Oh! There's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up.
It's Pogba!
Everything is on me, oh you matter what. Add it up, bankroll.
The technique that he used for that volley was honestly out of this world, and it was one take. All right, and it's called the Sidewinder, and the Sidewinder is a volley where we really have to get over the ball. It's almost if you imagine you had a hurdle in front of you, you have to get your leg literally that high and over the hurdle, because you want to contact the ball quite high and the ball is going to fly into the top corner. That's the idea. So we're going to show you how it's done. I'm going to try to. I'm also going to hopefully not lose too many balls, and we're going to go through the technique. Let's go.
Everything is on me, oh you matter what. Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me. Gon' back it up. Matter what. Told you I'ma do me. Why you hating on me? It's not adding up. I do roll like a Mac truck.
Okay guys, so the difference between a regular volley and a Sidewinder: when you hit a volley, wait for the ball to drop, and you want to contact, watch the ball carefully, you want to contact the ball just before it hits the ground. Okay, so you watch it come down from the sky, you get over it, you use your laces, and you contact just before it hits the ground. With a Sidewinder, first of all, you're contacting the ball completely on your side. With a volley, you might be slightly more facing the goal. Okay, and with a Sidewinder, you've got to get your leg so high up and over the ball. Okay, so when you contact, it's about that kind of height. All right, and that's going to make the ball go a bit further up into the air rather than down towards the ground. Rather than pure lace, you want to kind of use a little bit of the outside. Okay, and you're going to generate a bit of backspin, and the idea is that you want it to travel upwards, not too high. You don't want to sky it, but you want to get it to rise upwards into the top parts of the goal. Okay, so number one, when we contact the ball, we're going to be completely sideways on.
Got me thinking they're friends. 10 toes down, I'll be free until the end. Crib outside the city, I don't feel safe in my hands. Took so many years, I've been waiting for the wins.
As the ball approaches, we want to plant our standing foot ahead of us, as we will let the ball come slightly behind our body. It's also crucial we put our standing foot at least a foot outside the line of the ball, as we will need room to swing our kicking leg horizontally. We will lean our body away from the ball, as we want to be able to bring our leg out horizontally, rather like a karate kick. Because we will contact the ball out at our sides and a lot higher on the bounce, our leg needs to swing high as if over a gate or hurdle.
Contact the ball slightly higher than a regular volley. We're not going to let the ball drop as much. We're going to contact the ball about there, rather than down towards the ground.
Unlike a linear volley ahead of us, where we contact the ball lower with our body facing the target, the Sidewinder requires a much higher contact point at our side. To truly master the Sidewinder, you have to contact the ball just below the middle line, and crucially, the foot must come down and chop on the ball. We will use the part of our foot between the laces and the outside of the boot. This will create an angle to almost brush the ball in strike, and this is what creates the backspin.
Why you hating on me? It's not adding up. Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me.
You will see here, once the ball is chopped down on, the backspin is generated.
You don't always need to try and hit the ball as hard as you can. Focus on the technique, calm yourself down, and in that moment, think about the technique very quickly through your head, and just try and focus on contact rather than trying to put everything through the ball. Normally when you try and put so much power through the ball, You're going to sky it, you're going to drag it wide. It's all about calmness, focusing on the technique.
Peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up. Bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me.
Okay guys, so we can also hit the half volley sidewinder if we wanted to play a really long pass, to maybe switch to play or play a long ball down the line. If the ball is bouncing and we haven't got enough time to get it under control on the ground, that's when we might hit the ball on the volley.
Just take the money and go stack up. Only buying car to get tatted up. All that other bull, it don't matter much. You only climb me, I put the ladders up.
So the sidewinder technique is a really good one to try and get loads of distance, get the backspin and achieve the area that we want to hit on the other side of the field, for example. So behind me I've got a little area marked out with the orange sticks, the zone that I'm going to try and hit the ball in. So what we're going to go through is the technique from hitting the sidewinder in open play when the ball's bouncing.
Euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me. Gon' back it up. Matter what? Told ya I'ma do me. Why you hating on me? It's not adding up. Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me. Gon' back it up. Matter what? Told ya I'ma do me. Why you hating on me? It's not adding up.
If you hit a lot of these regularly, you're going to probably get some hip injuries because it really demands a lot of your hip, okay? So be careful when you practice these, don't over practice them because you might actually get injured because you're actually using your hips so much rotation involved that, you know, it can overdo it a bit. So the standing foot has got to be in the direction of where you want the ball to go, sideways on, arms out for balance, and just concentrate on getting over the ball. And we're trying to hit the ball with our laces, okay? Potentially a little bit of the outside of the foot as well.
The technique for a sidewinder pass will be the same as that for a sidewinder strike at goal. But for a pass, we want to get more height and distance to get the ball over defenders.
Oh, you matter what? Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me.
So in a game situation, because that was quite low, that might have got cut out by the players in the middle of the field. But I was quite happy with the technique. It definitely went in the direction I wanted it to go and it had the power. So now I'm going to try and put some height on the ball.
Real, I do this once a month, I don't rap much. I just take the money and go stack up. Only buying car to get tatted up. You only climb me, I put the ladders up. No fault, I done doubled up on the workload. I think I fell in love with the bank.
Thanks for watching today, guys. Please subscribe if you haven't. I'm going to have regular content coming up on the channel. Also, please feel free to leave a comment in anything you want me to show you that I can potentially do a video on. It would be my pleasure to hear from you guys and see what kind of stuff you want to work on. So thanks very much. I'll see you soon.
Peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter